I'd like to throw in one more issue here, which is if they decide to really make a full court press to get NHTSA approval, um, Elon is Elon. His inability not to say things that most CEOs wouldn't say. He's mocked Sean Duffy, who is Secretary of Transportation, called him Sean Dummy and said he has a two-digit IQ. He didn't like something that Duffy said about possibly giving a contract to Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin instead of SpaceX. Well, that's not a really wise thing to do if you need NHTSA approval, because NHTSA sits under the U.S. Department of Transportation, which reports up to Sean Duffy. So maybe the smart thing would be not to mock the transportation secretary and try to, build bridges and not offend people. So, you just see Elon being Elon. He doesn't do things and behave the way that other CEOs do. So on the question of what am I looking for, I'm kind of curious at what point the market, stops believing everything is going to actually happen in the future that he talks about, and accepting that this is a company that, if it is pivoting, it's going to be a long, painful pivot. And the near term, there's going to be a lot of pain from, declining core businesses.
And speaking of bridges and potentially lighting them on fire, where does Elon Musk's relationship with Donald Trump stand? Could President Trump swoop in if needed? Would he want to? Are they friends? Are they even acquaintances? What does that relationship look like?
That's a great question, and I don't know that anyone is clear on that at the moment. They had this big public break some months ago. Musk tried to walk that back. He did. We're seeing the Jeffrey Epstein files coming out now. When he was on his break with Trump, he said, Trump's all over the Epstein files, which I don't know that that's that surprising, but he was clearly, he was burning bridges in that case. They went from being very close, and he had been so generous to Trump's campaign last year. He was running Doge. He was like the co-president at one point, it seemed. And then they had this break in the spring. Publicly, there's been no indication of exactly what the relationship is at this point. Probably Musk has been trying to get back in Trump's good graces with the recognition that it would be better to remain friendly toward Trump because of all of his businesses and how the federal government could affect what he wants to do. But we just don't know for sure. But yes, if Trump called up Sean Duffy and he said, green light, Tesla Cybercab, okay, maybe they would. And that could really grease the skids and things could go as planned. So anything is possible, I guess. But that's a big unknown. Publicly, I'm not even sure the last time Trump mentioned Musk. It's been a while since he's come up. He just hasn't been a focus. So perhaps no news is good news, that things are quieter and there's détente, but we'll see.